Injecting opium particles.
Alright, so we're queuing up in Mashmak and we're having a soapbox of opinions, and everyone's opinions are valid. We're here with FullFrontal and AVEX, as well as some occasional drop-ins from other people and other players that have played the game. So, if you have any opinions or questions or anything that you want to discuss, please discuss in a respectful manner while being objective, and also speaking from your own subjective personal experiences, and to credit the things that you're saying. So if you guys have any questions or opinions or anything that you guys want to share about the game and or Mashmak or any points really, even the Verge ranking system, please feel free to chime in. And then from there, where do you guys want to start? Do you want to talk about Mash or do you guys want to talk about Ranked Verge? Which one do you think is going to be easier?
Maybe the matchmaking system of the game overall, and then how that has created a problem in all the game modes.
Okay. I've definitely given my opinions on the matchmaking itself, thinking that there's too many queues and there's not enough players for the ranks system that they have, the 10 or so ranks.
Right. Or the rank system as a tiered system is interesting, but there's absolutely no incentive to ever get off your account once you basically plant your flag with an account, and then you create an alt account to prevent people from getting near your main account. Like it's a very horrible system because you don't lose rank with your main for not playing it, but you can prevent people from getting to your main by abusing them with alts in lower ranks.
Yeah, what I've been saying is they should reduce the number of ranks from 11 down to 5. Like, there's no
Oh,
reason for that many.
well, how about the top like legendary, right? Or like maybe the top 2 or top 3 ranks have decay, right? So if you're not playing daily matches or if you're not playing weekly matches, then your rank is decaying, which promotes the top of the top as active players that are good and maintaining that number. But if you want to like graduate up to a certain tier, then they take off the training wheels and you have like full rank decay, right? So instead of this like get to a bracket, stay in bracket forever, there's like the top 2 or top 3 brackets where it's a bloodbath, right? So you have to be the best and keep being the best to keep that rank. Because as soon as you stop playing, you start losing your ranks.
There's also another thing that I noticed is that there's a lot of top rankers on Verge itself with like less than 80 hours playtime, and I don't know if that's like a fresh account after they learned how to play the game or what.
There's people there with like 16 hours or like like 20 hours, and they have like immaculate stats. You gotta know that those are the best players that put in the time and are on fresh accounts like that. There's no way.
And then the fact that they have both their main account and alt account keeping the, I guess, the minimum
Well, they're
amount
playing.
of ranked, they're planting the flag. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're just camping ranks. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
using alts to camp ranks, which is another way to point out like how broken. We're talking about Verge and ranking system, right? So that's a clear problem that dissuades. I don't play Verge unless it's like I'm a legendary. I got there playing casually when the queue wasn't hitting in Mash, or if I just wanted to change it up, right? If I was running into the same team 5 6 games in a row, I'm like, I don't feel like playing solos. I'll just play a couple games of Verge because there's like the challenges to do. That's how I got up to legendary, but it was a very casual road, and I shouldn't still be legendary because I don't put any effort in, but I am because that system sucks.
Yeah, the current ranking system, I mean, it might be excusable because it's season 0, but it's not a real ranking system because there's not really deranking after hitting the next tier.
Yeah, and I don't come into this call or into this conversation with like this game sucks opinion, but I'm considering season 0 is just beta 2.0, and I really hope that all of our feedback is taken and season 1 can launch in a better state, because like I want this game to succeed. I put a lot of time, I put the most time into it, but I I I will I just want it to do well. It's a fun game. I don't think the monetization is that bad. I know some people will disagree, but
It's
that's
actually
my
one of the best monetizations too. It's taking advice from the Warframe one.
Yeah, so I view this game very similar to Warframe, and that I do believe that the Prime Access is more expensive, but does offer more given back to the player. Like if you bought the operator and you got the animation for your protagonist and your operator, and you got like the mech, which is cool, but it should give you a chunk of currency, right? You should get like probably 2,000 or 3,000 Corite along with that $50 because it feels very hollow, but similar to Warframe. I think it's cheaper than Prime Access, but it also doesn't give you nearly as Prime Access would
Yeah, I
offer.
do feel like they need to give more with the Ace recruitment. It is kind of cheap what they're giving.
Yeah. But I don't feel. Do you guys feel like this is a pay to win game?
No.
Not at all. Like there's nothing you can really buy that's pay to win. Like even the stuff, like most of the stuff that's sold from Mash to other players, the people that are selling that are the ones that are always winning the matches, and the people buying that stuff are the ones that are always losing those matches.
Yeah. I think that circles back to balancing. But do you feel like the gear is giving the pay to win? So you're saying even though they're getting that gear, it's still not giving them the advantage, right?
Well, the people that are the ones that are extracting are the ones that are putting those things onto the marketplace. The people that are buying them are the ones that can't extract.
True.
That's also, yeah, that's a very valid point with the how it's a player ran market. You know, it's like the Warframe
Like,
market.
yeah, like the ones that are winning aren't the ones that are spending money.
Yeah, I think another point is like the easiest difficulty is normal, right?
Mm.
And then
And
if you
this is we're just talking about Mash though.
yeah, normal mode mash, right?
Mhm.
And then if you are playing with a playtime of like maybe 2 hours, you can get ranked with someone with a playtime of like 100 hours, and chances are it's
Or
more of a skill
or
stomp,
600.
right? And so it's like it's painting the perspective. It's not pay to win. The game is like fundamentally from a gear systems perspective, it's not a pay to win game, but it has the perspective of a pay to win game because of the premium currency Corite market being, you know, something that you can buy power from, and then also jumping into games where you get obliterated by people who are skilled. And so
And to
it's
be honest,
yeah.
I don't really see stuff being sold as players as pay to win. If it's sold by the game, then maybe, but the players are the ones selling it. It's not really the same thing.
Yeah, that's the thing
Yeah,
is
it's a good
like a
point.
lot of the new players when they play this game and they see the market, they dismiss it. They don't know that it's player ran, right? Or they don't think about that. So they have the
Right, but
perception of a pay to win, even though the game itself is not, if that makes sense.
yeah, and you'll see that in the feedback in the Steam reviews and most of the criticism of the game is the early on impressions was, oh wow, this game sucks. It's all pay to win,
Right.
and I think that was major misinterpretation. How do you think the devs could fix that problem? Because that for sure has harmed the player base with the negative sentiment and the mixed reviews, thinking it's a pay to win type of game.
I personally think that if the objective power boosting weapons and gliders and all those things were on a different market rather than the Corite market, it might actually make a difference.
Maybe the mission point market.
Right, yeah, a mission point market or matrix credit market or something like that.
Well, I think mission point market would make more sense because then you could have Verge players who put in time and earn mission points that they could seamlessly go to Mashmak and not be at a disadvantage.
I
Right?
agree.
That'd be a huge win for both sides of the community. Oh, and Ace, but I mean Ace is so small that it's almost not worth talking about. Don't want to exclude him
Right.
completely, but it's a dead mode.
Yeah, another
Um,
thing I hate about Mash is a lot of the things are a one-time use. If you lose them, they're just gone forever. Like you spend like 2 days crafting the higher end gliders just to lose it in one match. Like I feel
yeah,
like they need to. I feel like they just need to make it to where if it gets stolen or destroyed, it's on cooldown being repaired, and then you still have access to it. You just don't have it for those hours until it's repaired.
I like the destroyed or the recover, like you know, pay matrix points for recovery or wait for recovery time, right?
I also think that the terminology in Mashmak for researching objects probably disheartened a lot of players because they hear research and they don't think craft, they think unlock. And so that was probably a bad new player experience when they.
Yeah, and that's like
initially
how it
play.
is in Warframe. Once you craft it, it's unlocked forever.
Yeah. And that probably turned off a lot of some of the newer players, realizing that their items were consumables and not like, you know, reusable or easily to research and easy to acquire craftable items.
So do you think Warframe's model with researching stuff and how this game was? Did anyone here play in the beta?
I played Warframe beta, but I haven't
I've
played
the beta, yeah.
the recent stuff.
But the Mecha BREAK beta.
Not
Yeah,
me.
the Mecha BREAK beta.
Okay, so there was for seizure, you could research stuff. So you had to collect like so many weapons and actually like research,
Mhm.
right? The weapons, and you could upgrade them. And so after you did that, you could craft them. And you think that system returning would help the grind or incentive to do that, or do you think it's better now where it's randomized and because like once you unlock Mark 6 beam cannons, you could just craft Mark 6 beam cannons.
I think up to tier 3 to unlock and craft would make sense. It would at least give players a competitive advantage even if they lose.
I would feel like it'd be a step up.
Yeah. And I think right now as it is, being told to research things and then not actually having it as like a research unlock, but a one-time consumable is very disheartening for a new player experience.
Mm.
Because you're thinking like, oh yeah, I got all this research data, now I can I can research this thing and unlock it, but it's actually a craft mechanism or mechanic. And I think really it's just the verbiage that they use, language localization, that probably turned off a lot of players.
Yeah, it feels like the downtime, the build time, the resource cost of the gliders and some of the stuff was locked in from the perspective of the beta, because like it's a long time to build a glider and it costs a tremendous amount, but the gliders were even better in the beta, and they had storage in them and stuff, so like there was a lot more utility for having them and running them. They don't have that now, and I feel like the build time and cost still reflects how good they were, not how good they are now. So I don't know if that was oversight, like a oversight on the devs part, or if it was intended to see how we felt about it.
I guess another question is, you've played a lot of MASH. What is worth playing MASH to get? Like, what loot is worth getting? You know what I mean?
So for the top end of the game, you can easily sell and convert purple mods to gold, or you can sell max roll purple mods. So mods are a valuable thing to come out from. But most of the time, you graduate mods once you have stacks of what you need, because it takes inventory space, and you just collect paints. You know, because like the paint market is one of the only things that's still alive and well in the game currently, or the gold crates. And the only other things that you would keep are weapons to make your life easier to farm those specific things. So everything else is just not worth your time.
And that's also, I guess, another issue with a lot of players, like the meta progression aspect of it. Am I going to be farming, you know, paints to sell for chlorite to buy, and then what am I going to buy other than, I guess, seasonal cosmetics or maybe a better weapon to increase my paint farming runs?
Oh yeah, and another thing. I was just gonna say they need to make it to where you can stack other things like paint kits. Those should be stacking, because the other boxes are stacking. It doesn't make sense why the paint kits aren't.
You're talking about the gold crates?
Yeah, the gold crates.
Yeah,
seasonal
the
crates.
supply crates stack, mod stacking, paint stacking. I feel like that would be almost too generous. I disagree. I think that the supply crates should not stack, right? Because your inventory.
But the mods should stack too.
You think mods should stack?
No, shouldn't stack.
Should not stack. Yeah.
But then it'll be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about in
It'll
your
be a lot
inventory
easier
when you leave, because like when in your shelter they stack, right? Paint can stack. That's important.
Yeah.
Mods stack. All supply crate stack. But I'm talking about how you can carry them out. Like they stack in your inventory when you carry them out. That right now seems like it's promoting, like I don't know. I think the risk factor of not being able to stack crates would make them more valuable. Like the inventory management.
I think at least paint kits should stack though, to be honest.
Or what do you think if they put out a separate inventory in game for weapons versus just like regular loot?
Go on. Like I'm not following.
Yeah, I'm not understanding.
So like how in MMOs you have F1 keys, function keys, you put your weapons on there, you press F2, you switch weapons right away, and it doesn't take up your inventory slot.
Because they're
so like a separate inventory slot.
Because they're equipped.
Or just weapons.
Oh, there's a Sky Raider here.
Yeah.
And a Falcon. We're being attacked by.
I guess what I'm saying is a different inventory for ammos, because ammo takes up a lot of inventory, majority of the times. It shouldn't be part of the where you loot items and stuff.
I think another perspective is that, what do you call it? It doesn't seem like it's worth it to grind the seasonal boxes due to the drop rates.
Yeah, and 1 out of 1,000 for a Woken X.
Yeah, and that. Yeah.
I think that those cosmetics that you find and earn deserve like those what's the word for it in Warframe when you're farming your liches, or like there's those specific bosses that hunt you, like the Predator system or the Nemesis system. Every time you get a cosmetic or an item, it essentially removes it from the loot pool, eventually enabling you to get the thing. Apex does this, a few other games do this, where if you get a certain item, congratulations, it takes it out of the loot pool, which makes the other things you're looking for more easily available. It basically increases your odds of the stuff you're not getting by removing the stuff that you are getting, right? I feel like with having a ridiculous amount of playtime in this game, I'm never going to get the Sky Raider wings or the Wilken Axe or the Panaka thing, right?
I know, I've opened like maybe 500 boxes and I still haven't gotten a single one.
Yeah, and this isn't like a one-up, but I feel you have already opening thousands of them and not gotten the thing, right? That kind of like has really just, I see the percent chance and I'm like, yeah, 0.01. Like I know what that feels like. I've played Warframe before. I played other games, but
like I feel if someone plays like the entire season, they should at least be guaranteed one of them.
Yeah.
I also want to add to the fact that this game, Developer Season Games, also made Snowbreak, and Snowbreak has a gacha system, and it does have a pity system, so I'm not sure where the disconnect was on that in terms of...
the pity system is, it's exactly what I was trying to articulate. That's what they call it, yep. Yeah, this game having a pity system would make it more enjoyable to play, for sure. I feel like it needs it, especially for those that are grinding, because it feels awful, just not making any progress at all.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if you guys also feel the same, but like the Corite prices on the market for some of the skins and cosmetics, like $500 for a Welkin Axe or something like that, or Sky Raider wing.
$200 for an ultimate paint. That's another reason why I said that paint kit should stack, because the player base is not large enough to have that large excess of ultimate paints. They're so rare because there's barely any players on the player base right now.
The issue is like people with minimum wage jobs aren't going to be able to afford these things even if they wanted to. You know what I mean? They'd have to like sell something.
Yeah, by making the paint stack or the mod stack, and kind of, hey, if you grind the game and collect enough, you're gonna get the thing, versus, oh, haha, pay up, sucker, because you'll never play enough to get the thing.
Because I think I've opened up like 300 or so paint kits already, and I haven't gotten a single ultimate paint yet.
Yeah, there's a Mashmak player named Mashi who's opened like 2,000, and he's gotten one.
Yeah, those rates are way too low. It sounds like the same rate that you would get from the crates.
Yeah, or worse. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
oh, go ahead.
I think if you know, if we had a player base of like 1 million players, then like these rates would actually help out and the market would actually equalize to a better standard. But because of the low player base and the low drop rate on top of that, it's not doing it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think the rates currently promote a healthy gameplay loop with the current population. I think that there needs to be an adjustment there, or a pity system. You know,
There's probably less than 100 Welkin axes in existence, just based off those drop rates.
yeah, and Sky Raider wings and Panaka, like all I think all those, or you think that between the three there's a decent amount.
No, they're probably all the same rate because they all have like 1 out of 1,000 drop rate.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I know y'all talking about the skins and stuff. I think they should be behind the challenges. If you complete the master challenges of all the mechs, you should get that skin. You should get it because they're crazy hard. You should get it instead of dropping, which is, you know, a higher chance. It should increase it, yes. At the same time, you kill those challenges for the striker, you should have the opportunity to unlock that flaming weapon.
The only issue with that though is if you do it all in one season, there's no more because you finish all the challenges in one of the seasons.
Or maybe they have seasonal challenges where you can actually unlock the seasonal skins by doing, I don't know, playing 200 games of Verge or something like that. Not necessarily locking people from getting it based off of skill, but more like playtime, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of time I put into Sky Raider and Panaka, I think that I could have easily done those challenges for those. Wilkin, I've definitely played, but not like enough to where I'd say I've earned his axe. I definitely played him in Verge a lot, but I mean, what's a lot, and what would the challenges entail? Because right now it just feels like it's like winning the lottery. It doesn't feel good to see them out there for hundreds of dollars or like $1,000. Like it's ridiculous.
Most of them are like 500, 600.
They are cool, but are they like, you know, half your paycheck cool?
No,
I don't think so.
I would say their value should be around at most $50.
Or make the scarcity like to where they're only ever valued at something like that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you make them easier to get through, either you grind and max out the character for that season to get the thing, or you pay like the easy $40-50 for the thing.
And same thing with paint kits. The ultimate paints should not be going for more than $20.
I do disagree with the ultimate paints, just because of that's like where that is the only end game for the Mashmak community, is farming like crazy exotic paints, right? So I think they're ridiculous now, but I don't think that's bad. Maybe make them a little less grindy.
From my perspective,
that's why I was saying, if they have
Mashmak
both
community,
those...
in terms of the paint crates, like currently the paint kits that you unlock are superb quality, so they're blue. I'm hoping that they add something of higher quality or rarities tiers to the paint kits.
Make the ultimate paints, you know, a higher drop chance in gold key, right? Or a higher drop chance in purple key, or just in restricted zones in general. There's a whole team over there.
The one thing I hate is there's a chance for your ultimate paint to not even be 100% quality.
Oh, it's an Aquila.
Because I've seen a few that are at 99% and they have scratches on them. Imagine going through all that effort for a 1 out of 1,000 drop rate and it's not even perfect.
I'm engaging the Aquila and the Falcon and the Panther.
Coming at you. Yeah, I think honestly, if they had different tiers of the paint kits, and then increased and also publicly displayed their drop value for what they can get, like chances wise, it would be better to optimize for players. Because right now they're superb or blue quality. If that makes sense.
So a rework to the rarity drop chance of paint systems,
Yeah.
a pity system for the. Oh, I got the triple. Nice.
For the
Um,
loot boxes or seasonal supply crates.
Right. So just a pity system for the loot crates. That would be amazing. Now, as far as the silos, or I guess the playlists of Mashmak in earlier versions of the game, right? So in the alpha, I wasn't around for the alpha, so I can't speak on this. But in the beta, there was Mashmak, so you just played Mashmak. There was no Mashmak hard or Mashmak extreme. I don't even know. Go ahead.
Another thing they removed is being able to change the eye colors on your characters.
Cool.
And they made those purchasable, right?
Yeah, and you don't even get to change them even after you buy them.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
They ripped out a lot from Alpha.
Yeah. So there was a lot more customization available to us in the earlier versions of the game, and I feel like they kind of backpedaled and monetized it in the hopes that, hey, you want thing, buy thing, haha, right? Instead
They
of
should have. I was just gonna say they should at least let you change the colors of the things after you buy them, so that people actually can customize their character more.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to the operator, the prime access. I'm just going to call it prime access, elite operators, right? So that you can't use the animation on your protagonist. So eventually, is it going to be like Overwatch or like Rivals, where you have a game full of heroes that have exclusive? There's a sniper right there.
Airdrop over there too.
There's a Narukami over there. So eventually it's just going to be a game full of heroes because you want the cool, unique animations, but you can't put them on your protagonist. Like, I feel like that's taken away from the game also. This is, I think, 1 or 2 player teams.
Yeah, there's at least 2 teams there.
Naru's going over here. And there's some call-ins over here, so I think they're trying to call people back.
Nara's coming out. There's some more call-ins. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's C.
Inside, underneath.
Yep. Oh, Warhammer. Okay. All right.
Inside.
Inside.
When you guys were talking about the gliders and how like beneficial they would be if it was unlocked.
Yeah,
So-
because
we're talking
right
about-
now, because right now it's not really worth it to bring a gold glider into a regular Mashmak. It's only worth to bring it into covert ops because then there's less risk of losing it to players. It's a lot easier to survive against bots than it is against players.
In the alpha, there was no, the number restriction on, the what do you call it, like an armor count, armor count or readiness count. It was just gliders, and they had storage. They were a lot quicker. They were worth it to actually build them, and you would find those parts also a lot more than now.
There's also a point when you would get Corite from the crates too, but they removed that as well.
Yes, you would get small numbers of chloride, but they're like, I think it was like 25.
So from your perspective, Lock-On, how can we change gliders to make them better and more worth it?
Remove the readiness number, put the gliders. So, okay, when I'm going to talk from Alpha. From Alpha, what they ripped out. Gliders were as fast as basically all the flyers. They were stupid fast. They were ridiculous fast. They were the only way to get around if you kind of, didn't, a slow mover. The flight speed was higher. The weapons on it were a lot stronger than the modular weapons. So if you had, level 6, but if I had a level 5 glider, it outdid that, the damage count. They also had storage based off the grade. So you had almost like 12 slots on the level 5, which was incredibly crazy. But I don't know why they removed it. You had to hit extra buttons. We didn't care. Yeah, you had to bring your glider over to whatever you're, looting. We didn't care. But, I mean, they ripped it out. I guess it slowed the game down too much. I say remove the readiness number. Let everybody have gliders and allow them to craft it too. The same thing with the unlocking. If I research it, I unlock it. I can play my, pay my blue currency to build it. And if
I was just gonna say it's probably why Aquila is dominating in MASH, because they removed that ability. So the counters to Aquila didn't have. I mean, the counters to Aquila had the gliders before, but they don't now.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to counter Aquila, you had a level 5 sniper glider. It was faster, it shot faster, and it had all the same powers. Except I had more HP. The other thing with gliders, it's almost a double health bar. You can blow my glider up, but then you still had to damage me. Which it did a little bit of pierce damage, but it still did a lot.
Oh, so they weren't able to actually shoot you directly while you were on the glider back then in Alpha?
Yep. They could, but it was like more like a third of the damage.
There's a Stellaris and a Tricera over here.
So there's a lot of things that ripped out from Alpha. I feel like the UI was way more simpler from Alpha to now. Even when the game first like was released in Alpha, there was only like 3 tabs: Mashmak, Ace Arena, Verge. That was it. And then they had the occasional little thing in the corner: explore your base. Cool. I have no idea why did they out of the UI on the game. I don't know. I don't think we needed that many tabs. If you wanted to go to inventory, you can go there. If you wanted to go to Mashmak and Ace Arena or Verge, you can go there. The other thing I think that would keep, well, I wouldn't say keep everybody kind of contained. There was a ranking system to unlock other playlists. You had to get level 16 if you wanted to play Ace Arena. And then you had to get like a higher level to actually play Verge.
Wait, we had higher before?
Yeah, so we had like the rank account levels we had before. So if you wanted to play like ranked, you had to hit level 16. And the level 16 only unlocked ranked Ace Arena. For rank Verge, you had to hit like level, I think 26 or something crazy. Yeah, you had to hit like a little bit more upper. Yeah, it's like maybe 20. That locked Verge. Everybody was basically playing casual, and you had to rank up. So you was kind of forced to play both modes because there was also mods in casual Verge and ranked. So if you wanted to have like the best of the best, I would say they did more statistically, the mods back then than now, because they're kind of just 1%, 2%, 7%. They were like 20, 18, 19% back then. Like I had 70,000 HP playing Stego. Insane, but yeah. But yeah, we had rank accounts, so you had to play both modes. It kind of forced you to play everything if you wanted to play, because you had to unlock others. Like if you played Ace Arena, it gave you a little bit more account rank experience to play the other modes. I do think they should bring back some of the stuff from Alpha that I guess the community or the feedback didn't agree with, or just take this out, it's too crazy. I don't know where it came from. I do agree on the decay of rank. Decay of rank would keep everybody playing. It wouldn't just like Fronto said, flag in the bowl.
Do you think that the decay ranks should be limited to like the top 2 brackets, or do you think it should be limited to everybody?
Nope, top 2. I would say top 2 because they would always play.
Okay.
I would also say losses, if at the top 2, should be more punishing.
Well, they already are punishing enough to where people make alt accounts and keep people from even getting there, right? That's already a thing.
To be honest, I didn't even know people were doing that. I thought they were just smurfing.
And
if you stack alt accounts protecting your main account, then they have to basically go through you 3 or 4 times to get to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
and while that does sound like, oh wow, that's a huge time investment, I guess that's crazy. People do it.
To be honest, I thought they were just making Smurf accounts so that they could bring people up into the higher ranks that paid for their services or something.
I have never heard of that personally.
There are plenty of ranked games that do that same thing.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I personally have never interacted with anyone that has admitted to that here. But I don't doubt that happens. That is, there are people that are at ranks that they should not be, 100%, because their friends just power rank them through with alt accounts. That happens. People have offered to do that for me, and I will not give out names, but that is something I've encountered in this game. And I'm like, that's disgusting. No, thank you. Right? That's my personal opinion. Again, I'm not out here to out people for that behavior, but I have been approached with that offer.
Yeah. The whole power busting community has existed since the beginning of levels in online games.
Yeah. And so I come from playing another game called Vigor, right? VIGOR. It's Bohemia Interactive, the same people that make DayZ and Arma. There was a console exclusive extraction shooter for years, and they finally ported it to PC, and it's it went about as well as you think it would be. It's like third person Tarkov Light, so it's one of those. It had
aren't they making a new game too? I heard.
Don't know, but I'm speaking specifically about Vigor in the context of between Mashmak here and Vigor there. There was solos and 3 people co-op extraction mode. Okay, so that parallels this game quite well. And what has happened here is the player base has fallen off, and there's even more modes. It's not like go play Mashmak and it's either co-op or solo. It's go play Mashmak Extreme, go play Mashmak Hard, go play Mashmak Normal, right? So it offers those extra modes, which further reduces the silo. Well, it increases the silos, but reduces the population in each. So you have, you guys have felt it. Everybody that we killed here, I've only played against them for the past like 4 weeks straight, right? Those people play this game, and they're the only remaining people that play this game. And that's sad to go up against the same teams over and over again, especially if you're either A, getting mollywopped by them every game, or B, doing the mollywopping, right? Because like we engaged them and just murdered them. Like it wasn't even much of a fight. And that's one, because I'm playing one of the broken mechs. I would consider I'm talking about a bunch of different topics right now. So population fell off in Vigor, teaming and Q sniping, and a lot of toxic behavior from, I'm taking Echo right now.
Okay.
So teaming is a problem in this game. It is a problem that I'm very familiar with from that other game, because it suffered from a low population and had the same issues creep up over time. So this is from years of dealing with the thing that I'm like, I have, I guess, the nuanced perspective of, oh, I see these same problems happening here, right? So the population dies and people are able to queue up in the same game, and you go into a solo match and 4 people will be hunting you down because they're all friends. They all queued together, and now you're doing 1v4 in a solo lobby. Does that sound fun or fair to you?
No.
That's a consistent experience in solo. You can go get that right now if you want to, right? Also, in co-op, right? You'll fight, and there'll be two teams that are painted the same color, or they have like a distinct mark, like a red helmet, or like blue feet or something, right? So they can see each other clearly. They're in a Discord call talking to each other, and they're all play. It's 6v the lobby or 9v the lobby because there's not enough people populating the game mode, so they can just do that. And they're guaranteeing their extractions. They're guaranteeing almost every fight, and it's cornering the market and furthering reducing the fun and balanced experience. Sorry,
And
apologies.
that's an issue in Verge too, because if people sometimes when people find their friends in Verge, they just don't fight them and they just let them get the win, and then that team that you're on, that person's on, loses because of it.
And again, in whether it's Verge or Mashmak or Ace, it's because the matchmaking system and the low pop allows it basically selects for that behavior, right? Oh, we're still playing the game. We might as well get the most out of it as much as we can. Are they wrong to be able to do that consistently? Is that something that you feel is like, oh, you're a bad player or you have no ethics or whatever? Yeah, but I can do it, so I will. It's a game. Haha. Right? Where's the line drawn for the devs? Because I haven't seen them speak out about it. I've seen
To
nothing
be
from
honest, I think it's almost somewhat shared responsibility for that. Like the players, they shouldn't be taking advantage of that, especially if it's unfair for the other teams.
But
the
you're talking
devs,
about
they should
people
be
with
fixing
ethics.
it though.
You're talking about people.
Hello.
Hello. You're talking about players that have ethics, right?
Yeah.
But it's the gaming world, and you come across many players that will do anything and everything they can to win. So
Yeah, that's why you just ban those people.
And that
but
was
where
another
do you
problem is
who do you
like,
feel,
yeah, the banning of people. Like, it's not clear if they're actually doing it because you still see some of these players playing.
well,
Well,
you
if they
can ban.
reported repeatedly for it, then
So what's the point of banning someone on a free game? They're going to come back with an alt account in 2 seconds.
well, they lose the progress on their first account.
But they're not here for progress. They're here to watch the world burn at that point.
Like, I honestly don't understand the point of those people. Like, what do you get out of it? It's just wasting your time at that point.
They don't feel like it's wasting their time because they're getting a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's a different pathology, kind of like Doomer posts, but from people who actually don't have skin in the game or don't actually care about the game. If that makes sense.
Like I understand there is some of those people. Like I've seen some of those people in Sea of Thieves where they just join Discord rooms and just make loud ass noises for no reason.
Well, that happens here too. That is, I've had that happen plenty of times here.
Like I just don't understand the point of that. Like, don't they have anything better to do?
Yeah, I don't have the answer for those kind of people. They're just online trolls. That's what they live for. That's their thing.
Trolling back then used to be fun back in the old days of Minecraft.
Right. But
Now
they
it's
don't.
just stupid.
But back in your old days, they probably were still in the womb. Now they're old enough to do it. So haha, they get their turn, right?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Or-
it's not even funny the way they're doing it.
Right, because they don't have any other way to do it.
Yeah, not to us. It's the different psychology or pathology for other people and a base of, I guess, humans, not necessarily players. And it's not really this game specific, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not specific to this game. It is observed here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So silos or the multiple options for the game mode for Mashmak, I think we covered that. That's creating a deficit of players overall for the mode, because if everyone's scattered in different parts of the mode, then it's just fighting the same old people or the same old team over and over again, and that gets old quick, right? Leads to longer queues or leads to the same people per queue. So getting rid of hard and extreme, would you guys put the loot for extreme and normal and just have Mashmak be Mashmak?
Well, they already did that, didn't they?
No. Extreme lobbies still have better loot, but what they did do in normal, which is interesting, is there's like 2 colossals every game. It's kind of crazy. So they said at the end of the season that they were going to make like a loot shower opportunity for those people still playing, and that it was going to be a little easier to get stuff done in Mash, which I welcome. But I think that
Wait, that's why
just
there's so much loot dropping right now?
yeah, they said for the last couple weeks of the season
I
they
thought
were
that
going
was
to.
going to be permanent.
No,
need
I'm
to
pretty
be.
sure. I think it needs to be, right? I think just get rid of hard, get rid of extreme and normal, and just make Q for either free for all or for co-op mash. Have the 6 exit points and have it just be like, hey, if you are a survivor of this game mode, cool, you get out with some awesome stuff. If not, don't sweat. You get the same chance to do it next time. And it just make those terrorist exit points like they have for normal, and just
Or
put
if you
all
want to,
the.
oh, you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, or if you want to guarantee extracting, you just go around killing all the players before you start looting.
Well, that's fine, but now there's no hard and extreme mode. So you're playing Mashmak, which means you probably are playing with that team or those teams, right? So have fun with that mentality, because if they're there, you're not going to survive that fight, right?
You'll get them every once in a while, but like not every single game. If
See?
everybody's pushed into the same ones.
Yeah, so having one Mashmak mode increases the available lobbies of that mode, right? Because you don't no longer have people waiting for hard and extreme. So you're almost guaranteeing 3 lobbies ish. And then the more people that play the mode and see like, hey, dude, all that loot from extreme is now a normal because it's just Mashmak is Mashmak now. You'll have all the guys from Verge who want cool stuff being able to come over and not worry about going to play extreme against like FullFrontal's team or Boob's team or Goat's team, and not being able to get out with anything because like the market's cornered there, right?
Yeah.
Like, good luck if I'm running with like me and my 2 best people, Goat and his 2 best people, Boobs and his 2 best people. Like, those are 3 teams that guaranteed no one's going to get out of that lobby alive because there's only 2 exits, right?
Yeah.
So,
Or if they made people more, well, you know those extractions you can just place down that let you extract your entire team or just a solo.
right.
If they encourage people to use those more, then that would be less of an issue. But the issue is surviving to even use it anyway.
As soon as you put down the marker, unless you're the last team there, someone's going to fly over there and blow it
Oh
up.
wait,
Or
it
kill
actually shows it on the map.
shows the entire map where it is.
I feel like that should probably be changed a little bit because like it's your own thing and you bring it into the mission. The other things don't show other than the mist coming down from the sky.
Now, if you have a decoy, it should throw it off. It should throw where it is off. I think.
Yeah, bring in a decoy instead of it just being able to like create targets for you to shoot. Should maybe act like that, so it'll aggro people over to that location. But then if you call in both of them, the players are just gonna go hunt down both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think another dynamic that is worth exploring is the new player experience. Like, I don't know if you guys remember playing Mashmak for your very first time and not understanding anything, but also
Yeah.
if you were to jump into this game right now with 0 hours played, chances are you're probably going to get someone who actually knows how to play, and then they're going to quickly eliminate you, if that makes sense. So it's not.
I go out of my way to play in squads that are just random, and I get like day 1 players.
Yep.
And I go out of my way to explain to them, hey, we got to go do this, or hey, do you talk, and like really try to help them along. But I
Same.
don't. I also have friends that are exclusive to just party up with the best, kill with the best, wipe with the best, loot with the best. Everyone else can eat shit, right?
And
Yeah.
to be honest, when the game first released, so there's specific people that have really bad luck, like me for example. The only time I would get good loot is if I'm actually killing players, because anything I would loot, it would drop shit every single time.
Or you don't even know what good is, right? You don't even know what the good loot is for your first couple matches. You're like, oh, cool, a gun. And so you pick it up, it's a Mark 1. And you're like, I don't know if Mark 1 is good or not, right? Because you haven't played or experienced it.
Coming from Alpha. Oh, go ahead.
Keep going.
Coming from Alpha, when I first played Mashmark killed you. It was a lot harder because there was a lot of things flying around. It would kill you. There was no like, oh, I can, just tank a bullet or two. No. You had to fight for your life in Mashmark. They should bring that back. In Extreme, you should be getting killed by everything.
this brings us back to one of the biggest issues in PvE in Mashmak, and that is, what is your guys' perspective on modular weapons?
To be honest, I didn't even use them because they were a one-time use if you lost them.
Okay, so you're not aware that they are like more powerful than entire kits.
Oh no, I do, but
Okay.
Well, a lot of people have pointed out that depending on your striker, it enhances your kit to such a degree that you're god tiered, like a Lumi with a Warhammer or Stellaris with
I'm
double.
a Sky Raider
Yeah.
with a ballistic rifle. I can fly. I'm flying in the sky right now above you, shooting down like an Aquila. You know,
Yep.
like this is.
Broken.
I would say this is extremely good, right?
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
the main issue with that though is a lot of people that play Mashmak, they do it because they love PvE game modes. They don't go into it for all this one-time use type items that you can bring in.
But the one-time use items you can extract with and keep too, right?
Unless you get absolutely demolished by tryhards.
Well, what's a tryhard? And like, there's also the cop-out missions. There's the full PvE missions. What is your opinion of those?
You're talking about covert ops?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cop-outs, covert operation plan. Yep.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good to get loot from. But the only issue is, I see with them right now is if all of your friends have already done their covert ops and then you have no one to go do it with, you're pretty much out of luck because you can't solo it.
You can queue with randoms.
I didn't really. Oh, you're talking about inviting people?
You can
The recruitment
covert
post.
operation plan and use
Yeah.
the in-game recruitment function and get a team in like it's global. So
Yeah, the only issue with that is you don't know if you'll work well with that team.
there's a
people
team
can
coming to fight me
be really
on this
bad
hill
at it.
above us. They're looking over us, above us, up here.
Meet me here.
You see
I
them?
think covert ops should have a automatic
Stellaris?
extraction rocket. If you
This
do die,
Lumine
it extracts your stuff.
This Lumine is going down.
It does have those rockets. Some of the locations you can finish them up and they'll spawn a rocket in for you.
Yeah. But I mean, like the same way you eject, it should have like a small rocket that shoots out your butt or something.
Are you pursuing
yeah.
this? Are you pursuing the Stellaris?
do you mean
I
by
think
that?
so, but we don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay.
So the same way you like die, if you let's say if you're in, it should like if you're playing solos, you get to fly out your suit and fly around with a jetpack. Cool. If you go to your body, there should be a pity key or something that allows you to extract your body and you just leave the game.
He's over here. He's right here.
Or lock your body to where you can't be looted.
There's a Wilkin and a Stellaris.
But you still get to
On the way.
extract with your stuff like automatically. Just like we got like keys, there should be a key to just lock your body. You can't, no blow up, no nothing.
Well, I don't think player bodies actually despawn until they're actually completely looted.
Yeah. It should be, hey, I want to keep my stuff, and yeah. New player experience is kind of hard though in the game.
Yeah, it's like really hard
What
for
they
new
needed-
players to get into the game from Mashmak perspective.
What they need to do is finish the story mode. They only have the first mission, and then you're just out playing with other players.
That's
So,
a big one.
A year ago, the August beta release happened, right, for Mecha BREAK, and that was my first experience with the game. It was a lot of fun, pretty cool. There has been no additional content since a year.
Okay.
So everything they've made, it's all just from when they first developed the game a year ago.
They've only added 2 mechs and 1 map, or 2 maps.
But we don't know if they already had those already made or not from a while ago.
We don't. I killed the call-in beacon, or that
For all-
It
Stellaris.
wasn't that
we-
much in alpha either. So
For all we know, they could have had all these mechs and all the future ones to come out already developed. They're just waiting for the right time to bring them out.
Yeah. Yep. Drip feed content from a year ago. I wouldn't put it past them. The fact that they didn't like the tutorial
Yeah.
was kind of cool for it being a beta. I'm like, oh wow, this is really cool. I wonder how the real game's going to release. It had no difference. Like the boss was the same, the music was the same. I think they added the score. They might have had the score back then.
They scaled down the
Makalu,
bosses, the
right?
size.
Makalu was
I
scaled
don't
down.
like that.
But the as far as the content offered, the experience, the voice acting, everything was exactly the same from 1 year ago in beta. So what were they working on, and how much are they going to offer us?
I feel like what they were working on was probably more mechs or cosmetics.
Cool. Right. That's an important part of the free-to-play design, as far as like offering content for people to enjoy, especially the way it rotates and stuff. But what does that matter if your game loop is not successful, which we're currently in that position where the population is dying? We have the chance to really come back and give this game legs if they address the fixes, right? If they can address the matchmaking issues. Other regions are wholesale dead. South America was the first to go, right?
Yep.
South America died. We saw them talking in the Mashmak feed. We saw them talking in the general chat, like, "Oh my God, this game is dead. What's happening?" And we're like, "Wow, that sucks. Switch regions. At least come play with us. You might have a little more ping, but like, we're here. We're strong." EU died next, shortly after SA, and a lot of the EU. I wouldn't say it's as dead as SA, but I would say it's pretty dead, right? Long queue times. I was watching this one streamer playing Verge. She had a 45-minute match for Verge. She was queuing for 45 minutes to play one Verge match.
We have a friend in our clan that was in a queue, and it said that he would have to wait for 4 hours.
Yeah, and that like, so the matchmaking clearly has a problem, right? I think that's way more important. But if they don't fix those things before adding PlayStation, because PlayStation is supposed to get this game
Right.
before the end of the year. That's what they said, right? So sometime between now and the end of the year, PlayStation will be coming. That's great, but Arc Raiders is coming out. Battlefield 6 is coming out. Like Helldivers just released to Xbox. So where is this game going to fit?
Helldivers finally went to Xbox?
Yeah, like last week.
Last week. Yep.
So Helldivers is a huge game that is going to take a lot of the audience that would like Mashmak here for that kind of PvE grind and fun with friends, right?
If I'm being entirely honest, Helldivers was fun, but not really for that long. Like I played it for like a month. It just got boring.
Right. And they're continuing. They're continuing to add content. They're continuing to add war bonds. They're building on their game. But Xbox just now being able to play this, and PlayStation not being able to play this, right before Battlefield and right before Arc Raiders, is a really big deal. Whether you like Helldivers or not, because that's pulling people from this game.
The lineup for October is going to be a problem if they don't fix themselves.
So. Oh, a team just came over here to fight us? Okay. Yep. There's like a Sky Raider here? Are these bots?
You're playing pretty bad.
Sometimes you go up against bots. They look like they might be, to be honest. Just the way they're playing.
That's the other thing. Why do we have bots in Mashmark that don't do anything? But the bot in the tutorial training thing is like crazy, and you have to really try.
The challenge mode bots.
Yes.
They're way harder than the bots that you can put into
a Verge.
Into friend-made PvP game modes, like the ones where you start 6v6 yourself with your entire squad. Those bots cannot get up to the difficulty that you find in challenge mode.
I would say that if you were able to play extreme before the lobbies pretty much died, that the extreme bots in this game were on that level, for sure. Like they would whoop your ass. Like if you wanted, like, you know how I sit there, I'm like, oh shoot, there's a team on me. I'd already be dead if I was playing extreme. They're that scary. So the extreme bots are.
Yeah, I personally don't mind there being bots in Mashmak, but I also think that they should drop better loot. You know?
There's a lot of rockets and teams.
It's always just 3 items and they're just trash.
Yeah.
And again, on the higher difficulties, you would get Mark 5 and 6 weapons and like some of the best like gold crates and stuff off the bots. So there's a Sky Raider up here.
There's a rocket. These are definitely players.
Yep. He hasn't quite figured out Sky Raider. He's gonna die soon.
Yeah. Rough.
So he's gone. There's another team that's gonna be over there. They're probably going Connie or Alpha.
Large Corite extractor deployed. Corite pulse storm imminent.
Thank you for
Is
the
there-
wall.
You're welcome.
Is there any other questions that you have for us that we could talk about, or are we just kind of we're going at a good pace?
We're going at a good pace. I think we covered a lot of good things and a lot of good opinions. I also want to cover kind of what made you decide to doom post the game is dead thing.
That was we just talked about the fact that October's coming, like
Yeah.
DED dead, right?
Okay.
Because October mixed with not being like their creative team, their PR team does not talk to us
Yeah.
at all,
Yeah.
and they haven't addressed the elephants in the room that are gonna either make or break season 1.
Yeah,
So
dude, I was so disappointed when they all of a sudden just said it was going to be extended by 14 days last moment.
well, that's
And
that's the PR team not doing their job, right?
And now it looks like we're going to have to wait another 2 weeks for the new mechs too, when we already have like nothing to do.
Yep.
Well, good luck. I mean, games have been released this week. The other mecha game has started. What do you want to do?
Nice.
What
that's-
other mecha game you said?
Dioma Machina Titan Scion. That
Oh,
game
that-
comes out
Got it.
tonight.
It looks a lot like Anthem, and what else would you say?
I'd say Anthem and Armored Core mixed with a little bit of virtual on action.
The loot system, like the way that the game kind of vibes, is like Anthem and do you remember like early Mass Effect, like
Yes.
Mass Effect 1 and 2? I'm not saying janky, but like it just looks to me like similar, like a multiplayer version of that, which I don't hate.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it still has its jankiness. But
But that's a full price title coming out, right?
yeah,
And this is a free to play. So is it going to pull this audience? You think?
Probably the majority no.
I think there's definitely going to be a pull, but also people are going to keep tabs on Mecha BREAK to see what they do per season to see if it actually, recovers itself. I think there's
Yeah,
a
the
lot
only
of
reason.
yeah, I think there's a lot of desire to see this game succeed, or else then it paints a really bad market for future mecha genre games.
Oh yeah, and another major issue is the fucking shop, the styles shop. Like at the start, there was only a few people that are really getting the first page, and then they were getting all the cells. And now, when they supposedly changed it up, you're still not getting any cells.
I'm fighting a team.
Not to mention the people that were able to get those popularity
where are
votes by getting the cells, they still have all those cells for the popularity when they re-advertise it on the shop itself. So they didn't reset back down to 0 cells when they put it back up. And they're still the ones getting most of the cells at that point.
it's crazy. The other thing I would like to see,
Damn, they flip it.
they did mention something about esports. They should have something for us, like, hey, you can play super competitive thing over here, where the ranking system is very punishable, and yeah,
They got to fix their player base before they even attempt esports, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, because a
I
lot of
don't want this game
esports
to
comes
die.
from viewership, and viewership comes from a player base that knows the game.
Yeah, and if they only have a player base of 9,000, they're not really gonna do well in esports.
Has it gotten down that far? It's crazy.
It's like at 6K now, I think. Let me
You
check.
died?
We was at 7.4 like 2 weeks ago.
Steam charts.
Go ahead,
Mecha
say whatever you
break.
want. What's the peak now for a week?
Yeah.
So the 24-hour peak is 5K right now.
We've been dropping.
It's
so
been
fast.
stable at 5, but what does that mean for each region, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so,
what does that? Go ahead.
So the US probably has like 60% of that, to be honest.
I'd argue Asia has a higher.
Oh, I didn't even think of Asia.
Yeah.
Does it?
So
what is?
Let's assume Asia has half. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a generous number. I think they have more than half. But let's say Asia has half. Okay. So then what's that for us? It puts us at around 2,500 players. Are you excluding EU and SA now? Because SA is pretty dead, but there's still people
Yeah,
trying to play.
they probably moved over to US if they're playing from EU.
And then what about EU still has people playing. Ask he's in this party right now, AVEX. He plays EU. He plays
Yeah.
both.
There are quite a few players in EU.
So you can find matches over in EU. I mean, it's obvious that their extreme Mashmak community is down to 6 people or whatever the minimum is to launch a game, right?
Yeah, in certain hours the server is fine, but in the other, it's quite empty.
So they pretty much have a private lobby
Yeah.
over at Extreme.
In a way.
Yeah, yeah. And that brings us back to the low population and the way people can abuse the game. Now, they're all copacetically trying to play together to get a match to enjoy the game. So
Yeah,
That's-
basically all you have to do is get a good team of 6 friends to just run Extreme over and over again. You just don't kill each other, you just loot the map over and over.
and that's mutually agreement, but is that teaming? Like, where do you draw the line?
If
right?
if nobody reports it, then I don't really see how it could be teaming because nobody else is in the match. It's only them and their friends.
I'm in a Discord call talking to you. Hey, a guy just killed me over on Bravo. Good luck. Have fun with the match. You now have the information that I was on Bravo and died. I'm not telling you anything else. Is that teaming?
Yeah, I would say that's teaming. But like if
Okay.
they're in the if it's just their group of friends, I wouldn't really call it teaming because their entire lobby's just them.
But they're not just them. They're a bunch of random Euros that queue together to play the game. Right? They're not friends. They just want to play the game. But and then one of them was actually trying to gatekeep the whole lobby. Like, oh, if you don't do what I say, then I'm not going to queue with you guys. So you can't play. Haha. So you better do what I say.
This
Like, I've
sounds
observed.
this
I would
sounds like
say teaming
the South American servers and what they had to do in order to just get games in Mashmak.
So I would say the base, the minimum requirement for teaming would have to be an unfair advantage for at least one person. If they're all grouped, if they're all just friends, just they have a mutual agreement not to attack each other, then that's not really teaming. I wouldn't say.
But what about the guy who's coordinating queuing, saying "Do as I say," or "We're not going to do this"?
Well, I guess
Right.
it'd be up to the others if they think it's not fair or not anything.
Well, fair or not, to only be able to play the game because you have to get along with them. Like, that's kind of a
Yeah,
weird
it's very
gray line, isn't it?
cliquey. And it also kind of defeats the purpose of the items that you can get from this extraction shooter mode. Because, you know, everyone else is getting items basically free farming at a higher difficulty comparatively to other people who can't or, you know, might not participate, if that makes sense.
They're guaranteeing lobbies, guaranteeing loot,
Yeah.
guaranteeing a set of things. But do as I say, or you can't play with us. Haha. Like, that's a weird gray area, and that's like when I was kind of trying not to be toxic in the Discord earlier, but I was basically saying anybody with an alt account, you're just a loser. Like, you are an absolute loser, because they gatekeep people in Verge, and
Yeah.
they do weird things to like
Um,
hold. But the matchmaking's so bad they can't play with their friends if they don't alt account.
The only
Right.
thing, the only reason I made an alt account was to get another refresh on the weekly shop.
Yeah.
So I could just send over the cosmetics over to my.
But
main
are you
account.
active? I mean, you don't have to say yes or no to this. This is the question. Like, most people using alt accounts want to try a new mech and not mess with their score in Verge, and that's unfairly boosting their normal account. right? Because like, oh, I want to try Serenith, but I don't want to lose my points, so I'm going to create an alt to play
No,
Serenith.
I would just play it, but I would practice probably in casual mode first.
Right.
But-
So the casual playlist exists for you to do exactly that. Why are you creating an alt account? And why are you further hurting people in ranked with your fake account? Either punishing people at a lower skill ceiling because you're starting at the bottom. So you're making it harder, way harder for people that are genuinely playing the game on their accounts.
Yeah, because they're toxic players.
Because you don't want your stats to show a loss for learning a player, then those aren't your true stats. You're manipulating your main account now, right?
Yeah, anyway.
But it's wild. Like AVEX, you making another account to play in a different region is not
No,
the
I
same.
have 3
That's-
accounts, all in different servers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you just want to
100%
play the
different.
game.
That's different than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Yeah.
specifically alt accounts for the sake of not making your main account lose,
That.
No,
and that's
I'm-
normal. That's been normalized in the
Genuinely,
Verge
this-
community.
Yeah.
The
Sadly.
the devs need to find a way to curb that so that they can't actually do that.
But it's a free to play game, and they need players, and those people are at the end of the day playing the game.
They're helping their metrics out at the end of the day.
Right.
They could
People
make
even do that.
they could make it to where their rank is shared between all of their accounts, so they only get the rewards for whichever one they want the rewards to be on.
I don't think the accounts are connected. They're
They should
different
find a
emails.
way to connect them though.
They should find
it's
a-
through the same Steam account.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but how do you guys feel about that we're getting inherited ranks in the new season? How would you feel about that? Do you feel like that's necessarily fair or comparable?
I think it keeps the higher ranks out of the lower matches, so the lower ranked players can actually have an easier time playing. So
I view this in the opposite light. As the person who has maybe this is not a flex. This is a statistical thing. I can show you receipts. I have the most playtime in Mashmak. I probably have the biggest inventory in Mashmak with the most stuff out of all of North America, right? And I wholesale believe that everything from my inventory, except for my paint kits and my gold crates, and you know how that you can unlock cosmetics for doing challenges and things? Like, if I have those in my inventory, those are the only things that I should keep going into next season. My weapons, my gliders, my mods, anything I have obtained in Season 0 that's not cosmetic for me to keep for sale for future should be wiped. Because that would give me... I'm going into Season 1 with a warlord's arsenal to beat people down. And that's not fair. That's a problem that happened in another game I played called Vigor, VIGOR, right? The survival extraction game. I have 40,000 guns, bro. I don't need to play that game. I beat that game. I could go in right now, not playing it for a year, and have all my stuff, top level gear, and murder lobbies.
Well, the thing is, Verge rankings don't really play a part in Mash, though.
Yo, let me hear those opinions.
I will say, I think this is like Verge ranking.
So for Verge ranking, I think it should be you all start at the bottom. Guess what? Welcome to Season 1. That's it.
I think there should be no bots. Why the fuck are the bots in ranked?
You're gonna get creamed. You're gonna get creamed by alt accounts eventually anyway. So at least let everyone start at the bottom, and you might go through a week of pain.
Yeah, why are there bots?
I don't know, to allow bad players to get higher than they should. Like if there's
I don't know. I've had
There's
some pretty
plenty
bad teammates who I thought were genuinely bots and stuff. I've had some.
No, there just should be no bot. If you want fast games, if people are complaining about queue times and whatever the fuck, I feel like.
To be honest, we kind of need bots until the player base returns. Otherwise, we're going to be waiting for hours upon hours.
It's kind of a catch-22. It is. People don't play ranked because of or what's it called, bots.
Yeah,
they don't play ranked because of bots. Why play this shit? It's fucking Mickey Mouse. It's not real.
Correct.
We had a lot of people join the party. I would just ask that, just please read the messages in the party and then chime in and have fun, because we are trying to record our thoughts in like a fun, respectful way, and there's just a lot of people joining. So I just want to give you the opportunity to know that it's not just like a free for all here. That we're trying to like have some form of content.
Me and Grom came to say hi because we haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, man. I'm playing casually and talking about the game, and I'm hopeful for season 1. Love you, Glyphic. How you doing?
But to be honest, I feel like everybody that's
You
in the
know,
legendary rankings right now is going to get up to platinum within a day anyway.
Right.
So I don't really see that as too much of an issue.
Yeah, I don't think everybody starting at the bottom next season is a bad thing for the game. It's a nice, it's a good thing. It's the way that I personally believe that there should be no such thing as inherited ranks, just like there should be no inherited inventory for Mashmak, right? Except for the cosmetic stuff that you've earned, right? Your paint cans, the items you've got through Twitch drops, all that stuff. Like you get to keep all that, right? All those cool, like the tracer outfit that's sitting in your inventory that you haven't used yet, which is, you know, maybe that's you, probably not.
I think
But
your case would definitely benefit if there was a seasonal mission token market where you could buy the weapons and armor and all that stuff, or weapons and gliders, correction, and mods.
But you can with your mission points.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is if that was the case instead of Corite, where Corite is expendable for the weapons or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the Matrix. Oh, you're saying because it's dependent on the well, the Matrix, the blue currency is not being wiped, to my understanding. It's only the red currency.
Right, and I'm thinking if you didn't want what do you call it, your war chest from one season to affect the other season, then they would have to revamp at least the Corite marketplace in order to make sure that people don't spend real money for a seasonal expired
I
item.
agree. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Make a conversion rate based on Matrix points, not Matrix points. What's the red stuff?
Mission tokens.
Mission tokens.
Yeah.
Just have a conversion rate for that currency to be an alternative thing, and make it make sense. It's currency everybody's getting for playing the game.
Yep.
And even Verge and Ace players benefit from having that conversion. I feel like that's such an easy fix.
I think there are a lot of other issues that need
Do you guys
to be
want to go
addressed
Foxtrot or Echo?
We go Foxtrot.
Whatever.
Closer.
Okay.
There's a lot
I'm
of
at
other
Foxtrot,
issues with rank, including the bots
Yeah, we all
thing.
know what to do.
Than just what do you call it? Starting off at a platinum or something.
I'm not sure if this was ever been said or not because I did join a little bit late. But what about Ace Arena?
What about Ace Arena?
Is that mode kind of saveable? Is that mode saveable, or is just kind of it's a chopped mode?
I feel like they should just change it into a kind of a Trials of Osiris for like how Destiny had it.
Like a weekly run, or
so you can do Ace. You know how in Mashmak you can do the covert operations 3 times a week unless you have those tickets, right? Are you familiar with that or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that don't know, Mashmak is the open world mode. I'm just gonna gloss over this, right? There is a mode inside that called Covert Operation where you can do 3 free missions a week, where it's PvE, no other teams, and the loot is extreme level loot, and the difficulty is hard level enemies. So it gives people the PvE experience to go play Mashmak without worrying about other teams. You can use all the keys for the raids. There's keys you get that you can do raids inside the open world with the time you have. And so it's a great way for those people that want that fun PvE experience with friends and not worrying about getting hunted down by people who are just no-lifing the mode. My hand's raised. I'm one of those people, right? So I think Ace Arena could be similar to cop-outs, covert operation plans, for Verge, right? You get 3 chances to take your best teams into Ace to get exclusive rewards, right?
Yeah.
But you only get 3 chances a week, and you get a chance to earn a voucher to maybe play an extra mission, like maybe make for every 20 games of Verge you play, you get a ticket to do Ace. So what is that doing? That's increasing your desire to play Verge, to get a chance to play another round of Ace, to get something cool that you can only get there. You think that would save that mode?
Probably, to be honest.
I don't think anything like it sounds like a good idea, but I think the problem with the game right now is its player base. So anything that splits the player base even more is a bad thing. I feel like they need to like low-key take out some modes and
I agree.
And
we agree with.
Yeah.
We talked about completely eliminating hard and extreme in Mashmak and making Mashmak just a playlist. Like you click on Mashmak and it puts you in that one playlist. So that already is gonna. That doesn't mean that's the plan we're going forward with. That was just an idea, right? Getting rid of hard and extreme.
Mash should have never become a tryhard mode. That's how they
There's a
bring
place
the.
for try hard though. That's like I feel like 2 queues would be good because obviously you have a large amount of the player base that are like casual and they just literally load up the game and they might stay in desert and kill all the ads in desert thinking they're doing something but they're not, and then you have the like really sweaty people. So it'd be nice to have a mode where it's like
Well, you're
how
gonna get
normal is right now, like how you can potentially earn tickets and boxes. That's cool. And then you have an extreme mode and like you limit respawns, you make drop rates a lot higher. Like you make the game mode hard, but you incentivize people going into that. You know what I mean? There could be 2 playlists where it can serve both sides of the player base. Because like I don't necessarily agree us like mingling with, you know, that you'll get those games where like you're basically picking on people and that shit isn't fair. I don't see it's fair. You know what I mean? It's just gonna turn people off from playing in the game mode in itself. So this is how I see it.
Yeah, they could also offer there's ways to counteract sweaty teams though, right? So if you kill 3 people, fine, right? Because that's a whole team. But as soon as you kill that 4th person, you have a 5-minute bounty on your head, so the whole lobby can see you. You have been marked deemed a threat or a HVT.
That sounds
Bro,
awesome.
people like me and you would love that shit. Are you crazy?
Well, okay, so sure, but it also makes the whole lobby be like, I can avoid them by not going there, or I can go there and kill that person because I know that they're a threat, right? So
wouldn't
it
you
helps.
love that though?
It helped. Well, of course I would, because I come from a game where that system was in play. The threat
Yeah.
system that idea comes directly from Vigor, right? You could kill 3 people. As soon as you kill the 4th person, for the rest of the game, you're marked as a threat. And if you extract, you get a bonus for extracting as a threat, right?
Wouldn't that incentivize like higher skill players to go in those lower skill lobbies and do it anyway though?
Well, it does 2 things. It creates the opportunity for people that think they have what it takes to hunt them down, and it also gives the whole lobby a chance to avoid that person
Yeah,
because I
100%.
know I don't need to go over there, right? I could rotate around whatever that is.
I get the theory around it, but like the way how things are supposed to work and how they do work are very different. I feel like
It works. It works in Vigor, right? There are players that choose not to be combative and they can avoid me for the whole mission, right? And they can go loot and do all their things because there are sweaty people. Oh, dude, there's a threat over there. I'm gonna go get him. Right? I'm gonna go hunt down that threat. So there's like 4 or 5. There's 12 people to a lobby because it's a free for all game mode, right? And or there's teams of 3. So you got 4 teams of 3, or you got 12 players. One of them is a threat. 11 other people are coming for you. Or if you're playing in a team, you got like 3 or 4 other teams coming for you. Or the one team's avoiding you and the other teams are hunting you down. So it does kind of even out that experience. It's not a solution to the problem, but I think it would help the issue at hand. As far as
give an extra layer for people to try to avoid you, but ultimately that'll just incentivize good players to go and just like farm bounty extractions in lesser modes.
the
And we both
bounties,
know that's true.
the bounties, the bonus is not worth playing normal for, right?
It should be though. If
But
you're
it's
gonna
not. It's not, and it's an extra like 500 points in Vigor, and it takes you like 500,000 points to finish the season. Like it's so minimal, dude. You can go loot a box of nails and get like 400 points. You know what I mean? It's kind of a cool like survived as a threat as a statistic. So for the people who are those stat hunters, like how many times have you ever became a threat? Like that would be a cool leaderboard, right? I survived as a threat 400 extractions. Like that's like holy shit, dude. This guy's a badass, right?
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting dynamic. I didn't really think about that, but that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, and I love it.
Yeah, and it definitely allows
And
people
that's 400 games where people had a chance to stay the hell away from you and loot and have fun, right? So that's a win-win.
Yeah.
If the person gets bounty, do you think it's better for? Do you think it will be okay if all the other PVE enemies will be more aggro towards you? Way more aggro.
As a whole, I feel like as a whole, I feel like the game is not challenging enough on the PVE side. I know I've seen many players die to like Dino or Warren. I know I've seen a lot of new players. Well, those are AFK players. Like, come on, dude, ain't nobody standing in lava dying like that.
I mean, I don't know that fucking. Oh, my bad.
I feel like Glyphic brought up a good point of having two different playlists. So if there were two different playlists, right, then that normal mode is like where we are right now in the game. That's fine. Maybe they aggro. Maybe they're more aggro to the threat to make it more advantageous for people avoiding combat in general, right, or avoiding players in general. But I don't think it should be like overwhelming, right? That'd be a fine balance to tune there.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the hard mode, I don't no, because what I'm coming back to is I feel like the AI needs to be more punishing in general, but in the hard mode, for sure, there should be no advantages. Just the AI will try to kill you as much as players will, and they should be scary, right? Like, if what would be cool is if you know how you go up to a certain area, and once you start fighting, like the drop ships come and like instances happen, right? So like you go up to the islands and you blow up all the turrets, and then a dropship comes or the tank comes out of the hangar. Well, how cool would it be if they deployed their breakers to come fight you? So now you're fighting AI that are like a challenge, like they are actually a threat. They're not just the standard like little NPCs. Like they summon their breakers to defend their little area. So you're fighting like these almost player level enemies now. What do you think of that?
I think that'd be kind of an interesting challenge if that happens. Now
Motherfucker winning match.
I was about to say, like, what if they drop like the actual an actual like striker in our a roster? Like they could just drop a random falcon, a very hard falcon to fight. But I guess that will do. Yeah.
Oh, another idea that Boobs had. I don't know. Is anybody here familiar with Boobs?
I am.
He's a Stellaris player. Pretty good.
Yeah.
He brought up being able to queue as a lone wolf in co-op lobbies. So you know how you have reduced damage to AI because there's 3 of you?
Yeah.
Having full damage to AI, but going in as a solo player to fight teams, like queuing as a lone wolf, like a no-fill.
Yeah, kind of like how the difference in the free-for-all versus co-op Mashmak is. In terms of the
By the way, I
damage
just thought of a really good way for them to fix the issue with executions, because there's like no way to cancel them.
You
depending
can
on
cancel them.
no,
What do you
like
mean?
depending on certain mechs. Like if they're melee and they're really up close, like there's no way your teammate's gonna get to them
You
fast
can
enough.
cancel them. You can, yeah.
You can hit a button.
Self-cancel.
It still takes. No, I mean like
Interrupt.
you can interrupt an execution from another player.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think what they should do is make it to where if you get hit even once, it just cancels the execution. They can't complete it.
Once.
I mean,
That's
so-
OP, yo.
Because some of the executions don't even take 3 seconds.
Yeah, but that's still a long time. If you
So
you can take damage by any,
when you say get shot once, do you mean like if a Tricera's bullet hits you from its machine gun, or do you maybe there's a damage threshold that has to be met to cancel it, and not just a melee stun?
I think it would just have to be a single shot, because like imagine a welcome puts up a box around someone they're about to execute. You're not going to be able to get that much damage in by the time that they're almost done with it.
I will throw a devil's advocate as a Panaka main. I throw walls on anyone executing, and them not moving is part of part of my kill on them, if that makes sense.
I think that maybe we can look at disrupting executions with a damage threshold, but having it just be like you can pepper someone and they breaks the animation is just too disruptive to that going in for that execution.
Well, I just feel like I feel like some of the executions go way too fast. They should probably make each one of them take the same amount of time, so it's at least balanced for every single mech. Because some of them are in the executions for so long, and some of them just have such a short one.
I agree that it feels that way, but have you timed it to confirm that?
Lumine is pretty damn long.
Right? It feels that way.
Aquila's takes forever too.
Okay, but have you timed them all, and can you verify that they're all different times?
No, but I'm pretty sure some of them are shorter.
You could do that in the training room right now. It would take you 10 minutes, and you could go through every mech, and you could record the time difference. I challenge you to I want to believe you, but I need those receipts, right? Because like I feel like they increase Sky Raider's animation. I feel like when he grabs you and slams you down, there's this long pause where it just shows you doing the kill before it gives you the final kill. I'm like, that is weird, and I don't like it. I wish it was faster, but I'm complaining as someone who plays
I thought
Sky
Sky
Raider.
Raiders is fast, like
Right?
compared
It
to
feels that way, but when you're doing that slam, there's like this long pause. You're like, brother, I don't need the glory shot. Like, move on, let's go. I got people to kill, stuff to do.
This could just be me. I haven't timed it I haven't timed it, but it does generally feel like if you execute on Serenif, it feels way faster than executing on Lumine.
And then someone brought up that with the new skin, right? With the what's it called? The Prime skin for Stellaris. It has like 3 or 4 frames faster animation time than the base one. So you're literally paying to execute faster with that skin.
Yeah,
right?
they shouldn't be doing that. It should be the same
Is it
amount of time
true?
for every mech.
I've heard it.
I
but
don't know. I haven't tested it.
See, so I've heard a lot of complaints about this. I'm saying this is a great opportunity for someone to make content on.
All right, noted. I'll get to it.
That would be. I would watch that video. You get 2 thumbs up, dude, for sure.
All right.
And like a like and a love and a repost, because that's great data. I've heard a lot of complaining about. Oh, it takes too long. Oh, it's too fast. Oh, this is a pay to win skin now because you can do it faster. Well, that's a lot of crazy stuff. Make the video.
Yeah, I'll make the video. Don't worry. I'll include the
So you're just gonna make a video on every single mech's execution,
minus the customs because I didn't spend the $100.
Aces.
No, I didn't spend the $100 on the aces.
Is it too much to say if you're executing someone, everyone will be notified, or on your map you'll be spotted if you're
executing is that OP? Like,
well, it's just a risk. It's just a risk versus reward factor. You want to BM someone, I guess you just have to risk yourself.
I feel like the risk is pretty big though. Like at least in my experience, like executing,
it's
or at least in match.
I'll be honest.
Like you
I think
can die pretty easily.
Someone wanted to talk.
Yeah, I'll be honest. From Mashmak, I don't execute people, but I do see the kill feed if someone executes, and then I do kind of hunt those players down.
Yeah, I 100%. If you are out of position, and I can execute you in a Mashmak, if Gliphic for whatever, let's just hypothetical, I get Gliphic, and he's executable, I will not hesitate if he's out of position and his team cannot cover for him, because he's a threat to me.
Yeah.
Right? He would do the same thing to me if I was out of position and able to be. It's not even a pride or an ego or a haha, I got you. It's I do not want to fight him again.
Yep.
I need to take him out of the fight. Right?
Like, to be honest, the execution itself isn't really that much of an issue. It's that you get both kicked out of the game and you have a chance to lose multiple mods as well. And then there's some people that are way more unlucky than most that lose mods every single time they get executed.
Well, it's a random chance.
Well, hold on. I want to point the fact that there's counterplay to not get executed too.
Yes.
Which most people know.
Yes.
There's very easy ways to avoid getting executed. You can, if you know you're gonna die, you can go on the slant. They cannot execute you on the slant. You can die. No, they can't.
If you die on uneven ground, they cannot execute you.
They cannot execute
even if they're sniping.
If you die out of bounds, they cannot execute you. Okay.
I did not know about that.
If you die in the air and you fall down, they cannot execute you.
And then you also have to be facing the enemy in order to execute them.
These are like not not hard things to figure out through trial and error, but things that anybody who has fought Mashmak, like when I fight Gliphics team, I'm taking that fight serious unless I'm playing with randoms. Then I message him, LOL, GGs, have fun. I'm running now, and I'll abandon my team of noobs because they're all about to die. Right?
To be honest, I thought it was. I was just gonna say I thought it was a bug that you couldn't execute sometimes.
No, it's not a bug. It's because
there's not enough space for the animation.
Yeah, your positioning. It's kind of weird to say, but you need to learn how to die. You need to learn where to die. Like if you're gonna die, die here. Like on hillside, die on top of like broken plane thing. So it's like a weird angle. Like all
die
that
in front
stuff.
of heavy NPCs. If there's a bunch of NPCs in the area,
you can't pull
right
it off.
In front of them, they cannot pull
yeah,
that
go
off.
die next to a Warren. Because they're just gonna do the spin to win on the person trying to execute you and just beat their ass. It'll be funny. Someone has like a water bottle and the ice is jangling around and it is so loud. Just so you know, it is so loud. Sounds like you're a bartender. Like when they shake the glass, then they're like making a martini. It's like really loud. Like, ching, 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 ching. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, my thermos, my bad.
That's all good, brother. That's all good.
Let's cue.
Okay.
But
so Glyphic, you think that there should be two different areas for Mashmak?
Yeah,
a high stakes and a low stakes?
Even a combat zone and a non-combat. Like it has to split the player base from the people that genuinely do normal and the people that can solo wipe spots. Because bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing normals pretty much for the past couple days. Just grinding out numbered normals, and like these people don't know how to play their mechs.
They die so fast.
They die so fast.
I actually ignore teams on purpose. Like I was playing solo because Rice and I were kind of going back and forth for most successes. Last week it was like a pretty nasty grind for both of us, and GG's to him. But I would be a Falcon. And I would fly up and I would observe like a Narukami sitting in their scope, and I would just go land on their head like a bird. Like I would just sit on their head because they were just like a new player, scope creep, locked in, not even paying attention. And I just see how long I could sit on their head before they realized there was an enemy mech on their head, and then I would fly away. I wouldn't even fight them. It was just
please
like
screenshot that.
Oh man, I'd do the same thing to Triceras. They'd be like in their turret mode, like fighting the world.
They just sit there.
Yeah, but they don't know what to do, brother. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's a large base.
Dude,
I just don't know how to play this game.
If someone was like above me or on top of my head, I would just dodge backwards, put my shield back up, and
there's like 100 keys over there. I don't know if you
Oh my
see all
god,
that.
I have a okay. My ping.
You see all the keys next to us? There's a team
talent.
that called in like everything over there.
But if they incentivize the modes differently, like if they just make Mashmak extreme, I say a little bit harder, but like up the drop rates, like even like giving you a guaranteed, say like 2 boxes or 3 boxes if you actually extract, but make it harder.
So like just give us the enemies from extreme, but have the number of extraction points be the same as normal.
Well, how about this? Just get rid of the covert operation plans. Make low stakes PvE. Hold on. Make low stakes 100% PvE, and then just make. All right, you're either playing high stakes where it's PvE, or you play low stakes where it's PvE with your friends. Like that's it. That's a wrap. If you suck at the game or you can't compete with the PvE, just the PvP part, then go play PvE, farm good gear, and try again.
See, I like that, but the only problem with that is...
Is there a team underneath me? Oh,
Yep.
I think it might be boobs.
If you get the same awards, people would just... Like these players got to learn somehow. Like, they have to fight their peers.
If that's boobs, then don't engage them. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Frontal, I have a problem. I have a 999 ping.
Oof.
Okay.
I have a question for you guys.
He's coming up to you. There's a Stellaris coming up to you.
Yeah, I see it. I'm hiding.
Is he engaging you?
At the moment, I don't even know.
Duo co-op.
Has a new season dropped out or no? Not yet.
No, it's going to be on the 18th or whatever the fuck.
I came over here.
They
18th. Okay.
They lied to us.
The Stellaris is behind me, just checking me out.
I don't know, but I've noticed a lot of conversation on Mashmak. What are your like? What's about Verge, man? Are we just dropping Verge? Like, I feel like Verge was attracted a lot of people, and Mashmak just kind of became the main thing that everyone plays now.
Well,
Verge is horrible.
you started this conversation after we'd already covered a lot of it, but please talk about it.
I just feel like when I jumped in earlier, why the fuck are bots in ranked Verge? I feel like that makes it a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah.
When I found that out, I just said this shit's Mickey Mouse. I don't want to play this anymore, and it made me lose interest in this game completely. When I was so all for this game.
Yeah.
It's because we lost so much of the player base that they had to put more bots.
It was when it released.
Yeah, when it released, they had bots.
Okay, we're fighting. I guess we're fighting. I was trying to be chill, but we're not chill. Okay, I understand.
Sorry guys, I can't help you. I can't move. Like the Vitalisera is moving by itself. There's another issue to cover. Damn.
I'm coming to you.
I'm like shooting into the dark.
Enemy down. Energy low. Target required.
Stellaris has a charge beam cannon.
I might die.
Pretty nasty. They got a Falcon over here.
D rank protection in Verge.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with rank.
Actually, I have some points I want to say off before we get what's it called? Let me extract real quick. Hold on.
That's like the biggest thing. Remove protection on Verge. Make it actually about skill rather than playtime.
Yeah, make ranked actual ranked.
Protection cards. Make it so you can fall out of ranks, especially in the high ranks.
Make it so the
maybe even implement like a ban phase. A ban phase will go hard.
They had to get the player base back first, otherwise we're just going to be even lower in people.
Okay, actually I have a thing for that. Let me hold on. I need to focus.
No worries.
Oh, he's dead. Let me extract real quick. Make sure I don't fuck up while I'm explaining.
And for the new voices here, if you want to like introduce yourself, like you want to talk about something, I want to hear you, but I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. We're in the, so.
You're all good. Alrighty. I extracted them all good. I'll tab so I can actually focus on this conversation. For me, Verge. When I found out bots were in it for the ranked, even this was at the start. I mean, it wasn't even in betas and blah, 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 blah. It is what it is. But they said they weren't going to do it, and they still did it. And then they were like, all right, well, only when you're at top 500, you won't see bots or blah, 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 blah. Well, then that kills for the people that are actually at top 500 that are taking forever to fucking find games. The reason why there's such a, distance between the players is because they want to match people around the same ranks, but not everyone's going to take the time to grind up. You would think that they would, but a lot of people like me who find out, oh, this is bots, man, this shit's not real, man, I don't want to play this. It really killed the game. It were really, at least that area. For, people that want to play Mashmak, I didn't want to play Mashmak at the time because I was like, I don't want to play another fucking Battle Royale. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's mechs and whatnot, but, it didn't entice me. I just started playing literally yesterday because I just wanted to get back into the game. I like this game. I just want to only play Verge though. Once I found that out, it's So now I'm stuck in a thing where I didn't play Mashmak. I don't have mods, so I can't play casual. But I could play ranked and just kind of rank up there. But it's just like I said, it feels like a fucking waste of time for me. One thing I do like about ranked though is that it's not with mods. I wanted that from the start, how they kind of did it. I like that each mech is what you know, like their base mech. That is what they got. You know what they got. Yada yada yada. No surprises. I kind of wanted what they did with the whole sense of casual. You can use your mods, but I also wish while you're playing casual, it would drop mods like it used to in the beta. I feel like that you getting things like rewards for playing each game instead of just money keeps you enticed to keep playing. As you were talking earlier, like play a little bit of Verge to get that ticket to get into that. As you were saying, yeah, kind of like that. It keeps you enticed. I liked the whole when during the betas. I'm sure like you sound like an old head. You sound like you played the shit beforehand. I liked how you got mods. You got mods. You crank the lever to upgrade them or whatever, and bada bing, bada boom. I enjoyed that, but I also wanted like an area where you take the game seriously, where each mech you know what they do. There's no surprises. You know what they're gonna do. I liked how they did it, but I feel like they just fucked up in the major way of adding bots and making the ranks so like. There's so many ranks. There doesn't need to be fucking like 8 ranks or whatever the fuck. There just needs
There's
to be
11. I was saying that there should only be like 5.
exactly. And then like in those 5 have like the 4 divisions or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like how just I mean I understand you want to do something different, and you could have that, but they did way too many. They added bots. It's so inflated. A lot of bad people got to where they don't deserve to be. So it infuriates everyone else who's involved. And it just
Well,
feels,
what do you think? What do you think of the people who are using alt accounts to not only boost their friends but gatekeep other people because they don't decay ranks at the top end?
I actually recently thought about that. And actually, I didn't think about that. I found that out that was happening because I took like a fucking 3-week break from this game, maybe even more. I don't know. I loved it and then I stopped. But that's really sucks that that's happening because once again, that's just toxic and going to kill the few people that actually want to climb. I mean, I hate when I'm climbing or I'm playing a game and then I have one asshole who just wants to fucking throw the game. Like that's just that's annoying in any game.
They tend to throw it because their friends are on the other team.
That's even worse.
That comes down to poor matchmaking and a small player base, right? That behavior is promoted because the population has fallen off. They can get in the same games. They can throw the same. They can throw because there's not many people playing, right? That's all. Those are all symptoms of a failing player, a reduced player base in a system that's not designed for that. Right?
That actually brings up my other thing I want to talk about before I forgot. Redo the rank system. Actually make the points fucking matter, because as someone said in here earlier, when you lose, it doesn't fucking matter. You lose like what 10 points and you gain like 30 each game or whatever. Like it doesn't hurt you. You have to be really fucking bad.
It's the opposite. You lose like 30 and only gain 5 or 10, right?
Well, the farther you get, yes. But I'm talking about early. Like early, so many bad people are getting.
Oh, hey Avex, are you? What happened?
No, it should be. No.
I met
As far as
people,
ranks, it should be
and I mean with 999, yeah, with 999 ping.
You don't want us to revive you, right?
Getting out of rank.
You didn't hear me, Ilya?
You got executed.
Well, you could have signed out and back in the game. You just got killed and executed just now. So like, we're kind of confused why you didn't. Like,
Yeah, I wrote to you in the chat, but I didn't want to like interfere.
I'm not tabbing out. Yeah, I'm not tabbing out.
Grom, let's play some Mash, bro.
No, don't tap out. Don't tap out.
No, tab out. If I tab out, sometimes if I tab out to read chat, it'll kick me out of the game.
No, I send in the chat in the game, in the squad.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned something about bad ping, but that was like 5 minutes ago. I didn't know it was still happening. Okay.
It's okay, man.
We'll 2v3 the world. We got this.
You got this, guys.
Let's go ahead and we'll keep going. We'll go for there. I don't know where he died, so it's like hard for me to. He just got like walked up on and executed.
No worries.
I'm getting so tired of getting assists.
So the Verge matchmaking is being taken advantage of because there's so little people. So you can create an alt. There's no decaying ranks. You can climb up and just plant your flag, and then you create an alt account, and then you get up there and you protect it with this guy. So you gotta, you know what I mean? And so you have different tiers of alt accounts. Like, sure, you want to play the game with your friends, and your account is too high, and you want to help them get where they need to go. Well, either play with them in casual, like a normal person, and let them grind it out, or bring them up to your level and hope that they can hack it, right? Because as soon as you start creating alt accounts to drop down and fight people, you're misrepresenting your rank, because you'd be losing more games than you are with your main account, or winning. And it's this weirdness, especially people that want to like try new mechs and they're like, oh, I need a new account for this mech so I can play this mech.
You can
like,
just play
why not
casual.
just play the mech?
play the mech in casual. You're not losing your rank. Like what is going on? Why do you need
Like-
an alt account for?
Like, to be honest, the objective of the Verge match is way more important than keeping your KD high too.
That's a fact. And a lot of
And-
people, like, they play TDM because the bots do shit for them or what, yada yada. Like, a lot of people at a higher rank don't know. I say, like, the real shit probably starts around fucking, like, maybe Legendary a little bit up. That's when people actually start fucking, like, understanding the game.
Oh, no, dude! I still get garbage teammates in Champion up to Legendary. Like,
Yo, you
there
still
are
will.
people
You
that don't
still
play.
will.
Yeah, they don't. People that don't play objective.
Or
But that's
the
in any
worst
game.
the worst thing ever is you're playing champ. There's a team to our right. That,
literally,
these are bots. You can see how they're jumping.
I don't understand. I'm literally standing on the point getting it, and my rating is still 7. It's still in the 7s. What the fuck is What is the point of the merit system?
It's just not calculated well. They don't. They prioritize kills over a lot of other things when they shouldn't.
Okay,
Like,
well here's the
kills
thing.
get you
I
way
got,
too much
like,
merit
2 double
compared-
kills, and I still don't get enough merit across the other dude who gets a 10.
Did
It's
you
so
get the same
stupid.
amount of deaths as you got kills?
No.
I think
you
another
play
problem
objective?
is they're not transparent with showing how merit scores are calculated. And additionally, SVPs don't protect you from merit point loss after losing a game. So you could have, like, trash team get SVP and still lose the same amount.
Yeah, I feel like if you get a trash team and you still have a high merit, you should not lose rep. That's like it's a team effort.
If you're getting SVP on the losing team, it should be default. Like I don't like rank protection. I don't like using that word, and I think that card further creates the issue of people like abusing it. Like the card where you just get to swipe it and not lose any rep is insane to me. That's
Yeah.
even in the game. But
It's kind of needed with how bad people are at doing objective at the moment.
okay, but
Yeah,
if you're
because no one's paying
SVP,
attention.
then you should automatically not lose rep, in my opinion.
Like, the thing is with me, I honestly think, I don't think it's bad that people can lose. I don't think the reputation thing is bad. I understand that's like a hot take, but to be honest, like, if you're playing with a team and if you have like 1 or 2 losses, yeah, that should be there for protection wise.
You know what
Like,
they
I
should
know
do?
it's team based, but like,
What they should do is if you're repeatedly getting reports for being a bad team player, that you should go down in rank.
No. No.
Well, then people would false report people just to
Yeah,
lose their rank.
You're talking about a very small community.
It would have to
being
be
very. It would
a decent amount of people though.
Dude, every single game you play with team asshole, and they downvote you every single time. It's a recipe for disaster. With
Well,
how
from
small.
I think you're only able to really report one person once. The same person.
What, once a day?
No, like once in general. Like, if you've already reported them, you shouldn't be able to report them multiple times.
So, how many reports and how many alt accounts do I need to get you banned then?
Oh yeah.
You see where I'm
that's
going
good.
with this?
Good point.
The alt
See where I'm
accounts thing
going?
is an issue too, though.
But you're further creating more incentive to do that. Like
Yeah,
that,
it's a
that's
free-to-play
why I see
game.
that idea as being horrible.
The thing is with me, I think what they're doing is like, I think they're like legit touching too many games. Like the trading system in this game, I wouldn't say it's bad, but that's like Warframe. Like,
Yeah,
that's like
the
a
Warframe
Warframe
had
thing
one of
to
the
do.
best trade systems ever.
Now the thing is, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. And keep in mind, I will say this: this game is kind of generous for how much they want you to customize your character in mechs. I still think it's scummy to put paints in Mashmak, which is a high risk, high reward extraction, when really it should be a loot and a reward system after the game. And I think that would be better, and leave Mashmak to where you need to get parts and all this other stuff for the modding system. I think that should be completely separate.
Can I cut in here and just give you a suggestion?
What?
What if paints and mods were purchasable with red currency
Damn,
at a far more reasonable rate? So if you're a Verge player and you're maxing out your red currency, or you're getting up there with your red currency, right? Your mission points. You can then buy like like a stack of 10 paints, right? For like 100 mission points, or like 500.
I think that would be fantastic, but but that also then relieves up the problem that then everyone is not going to touch Mashmak.
No, there's still an audience for Mashmak whether or not you do that, because they're able to get those paints without using mission points, and then use those mission points for things they actually find more appealing to them.
Like for me, I don't touch Mashmak. I genuinely do not like Mashmak.
But you would spend mission points for paint if you could.
Exact. I would spend so many mission points for the paint that I want.
So I, as a Mashmak player, don't need to spend mission points for paint, but I can definitely buy a lot more loot rockets and a lot more things to make my life easier in Mashmak to bring home that many more paints. Right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's a win-win. Because the Verge community is getting paints out of it. The paint market is not like there's only, we talked about this earlier, there's only a few people that are pulling ultimate rolled paints, and those are Mashmak players, right? They're playing Mashmak, they're getting paints. If the Verge community could spend mission points on paint bundles, right? Get like buy like 10 paints for 500 mission points, or whatever. We'll just make reasonable amount, put in value, right? Then there's going to be a lot more people pulling paints, which is going to make the market a lot more reasonable, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that helps out the whole community, because the Core 8 market.
The Core 8 market is like, I feel like that like it's not bad. The Core 8, there are going to be people spending money in the game, and I think that's not really like a bad thing. Like that, I think that's a reasonable thing to add into the game.
Well, it's a player-driven market, right?
Yeah, so it's
We
not like
talked
a
about that
bad
earlier.
thing.
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly reasonable to have in a game like in a game like this, where there's going to be people who are going to spend money on this game.
I spend a lot of money on my character. Just because I want to support the game.
I don't have that luxury to spend that much money on the game. But if I'm able to grind out like what other people want, like in Warframe, then yeah, I could definitely just go into Mashmak, play a couple of games with my friends, get what I need, and then just dip out just to sell stuff. I'm not playing, but that also still incentivizes that I also need to play the game mode for how the game mode is, so I can get mods for myself, so I can go in easier, get out easier. Which again, that's kind of like a good loop. I don't think it's really that bad, but it does also give it like what am I thinking of? Destiny solo queue, or whatever it's called, the solo thing that no one likes in Destiny 2. Whatever that is. I can't remember. I just know that everyone in Destiny 2 hates when you have to solo grind or some stupidity like that. I can't remember this to save the life of me, but also there is like one thing I think should change, just personally in my opinion. Some of the mechs, some of their, well, how do I say this? Some of them just don't fit right.
We have
like I was saying,
we were getting to the balancing conversation. We were just finishing up the topics of like matchmaking and the performance of the game and the overall feel. We were coming around to the whole balancing conversation. So I think
balancing is
it's a really fun conversation, but we're not.
Yeah, like I was saying, Aquila sucks in Verge, but he's really good in Ace and Mash. Ace because there's a lot less players and you're not getting team shot by the entire enemy team, and in Mash because there's so much more room to move around.
That's actually kind of one thing I'm liking about playing MASH. I don't know anything about it, so it actually feels fresh and fun. I like encountering people fucking fighting something and killing them, or yada yada. Or hiding out.
In my opinion, I feel like Hurricane needs a change.
I think
Yeah, let's see if there's anything else that we can talk about before we get to balancing, because that's going to be like a whole nother huge conversation.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. When I look at Hurricane, it's like I understand you wanted a defense-based mech, but his damage does not fit his design. Like everything that he has is like, oh, I want to defend my ally. Like one of his the first ability that he has puts down a dome, but even that dome can go over to people to defend them. So why not also do that with his turrets? And like have them like as little funnels.
That's
feel
a
like
cool
that would
concept. That's a really
that
cool
would
concept.
actually be
but
better.
We're trying to finish up any other conversations before we get to balancing, and not just keep diving into balancing. So
I think the
right.
only
Nothing
other
pretty much done.
thing that I could talk about is like the pacing of Mashmak and the pacing of Verge, right? As mentioned earlier, some people like the ability to tactically explore Mashmak. Like you don't have to force an engagement. You can also, you know, make people follow you into a more situationally advantageous position, like close quarters indoors if you're a melee heavy team. And I think that pacing dynamic is a lot more chill than some of the other game modes. But I also think that sometimes, you know, you get really skilled players, and then it doesn't really matter too much about your ideas as well as how things play out. If that makes sense.
yeah, if the terrain, mastering the terrain of Mashmak is the difference between a team that thinks they're good and a team that is good. So if you can't navigate the terrain or know what about your positioning and rotation and your communication with your team on all that aspect, you're either going to be dominated by a team that does, or you're going to luck out and take advantage of someone who didn't know better, right? So I think the terrain. What do you think about the Mashmak map? Do you think it's diverse enough and offers enough for each situation, where there's like?
I think
I
it
got an
needs
opinion on that.
more tunnels and more areas where people can go underneath and end up on one point of one map and one point of the other map, as well as the restricted
Like
zones
fast
should be
travel?
well, not necessarily fast travel. I think like there
Yeah,
are
I feel like
the tunnels in the center of the map. I think there needs to be a little more of that for people to escape, or at the very bottom of the map. I forgot the exact location, but where the two frigates spawn, there's that tunnel
more
area
tunnels
where
would actually be
yeah.
more balancing because the range mechs have an advantage at the moment because there's just not enough coverage area around the map.
So, in Mashmak, every mech is a ranged mech right now, if you're running the build, right? But that's
build.
if you know about it, you know about it. If you don't know about it, you're dying to it. I guarantee it. So
Yeah,
What
it's
build
the
are you talking
fucking-
about?
It's
I'm
the
talking about a trio
rifle.
running the HSC, heavy sniper cannon, or HS. Yeah. So if you have a trio running HSC, then you have
It's not
three
good.
three pseudo Aquillas that are taking you out at 1,000 yards. Right?
Heavy
That's
sniper
just
cannon, is that the one from Narukumi or is that the other one?
it's the heavy.
Yeah, this is the
It's
one you pick up.
it's the ballistic rifle. It's a ballistic sniper cannon, right?
Oh, I think I have that one actually.
Yeah. So
Am I
if
correct? Am I
It surprises me
correct?
that people. I don't even play the game mode, and I've heard about this shit.
yeah, so
That's why I'm
if
actually
you're
playing free for all. That way, I can't get triple teamed by it.
yeah,
I
if
thought
you're
the
if you're
Narukumi sniper was the best one though.
you'd be wrong, but it's because you don't know yet. Like you haven't been either you haven't run the build or you haven't run into the team yet, right?
Yeah.
My team, we all run that, and I'm a Sky Raider. I have a Falcon, and I usually have either a Naru or a Stellaris on my team. Sometimes there's a Lumine, rarely, but sometimes, right? And so we are all pseudo Aquillas. We can fly up at the skybox at 1,000 meters, look down at you, and each of it we do. You know, like Ghost Recon. Have you ever, you know, like a sync shot is where everyone fires at the same time?
God.
It's an immediate one tap to a Lumine or a Falcon, and sometimes a Stellaris. So your time to kill is less than 1 second per target if you do it right. Right. So that's like it's That's the current meta of the game. If you don't know, you can toggle manual fire. So if you think you're safe in the crystals, you're not. You're dead. Like
Yep.
it's that fast and that crazy. So when you run into a team that knows what they're doing with those rifles, it's like playing Call of Duty. You're just there and then you're not. It's just immediate time to kill. So that's a thing.
And also, doesn't like a lot of sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Isn't it also the case of now a lot of mechs have like good ballistic resistance too? And that
Almost
also,
every mech is like less than 30%
yeah,
ballistic
so
resistance. But
So you said it was the heavy. You said it's the heavy sniper cannon.
Yes, it's heavy sniper
Yes.
cannon. Yeah. So if
Okay,
you're
no,
looking at the statistics of the heavy sniper cannon, I encourage you to hit the tab button so you can see
Yeah.
the zoomed in damage, not the regular damage.
Yeah, I see it 36k.
Yeah. That's your entire liquid armor pool in one shot. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then based on your health, it's either one shot to you or two shots to you. The only people who can survive more than that are medium to heavy mechs, and you can survive like one more shot.
Yeah, a
So,
2-second delay between firing means another salvo's
well,
coming your way.
it used to be 1 second. They
Right.
nerfed it to 2. Like,
Yep.
could you do you know how the TTK was insane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the way it is now, it is still wholesale broken. And that brings us to balancing, and I don't want to dive into that, but we were just talking about compositions. So I apologize for getting edging the balancing conversation.
I think has everyone gotten a chance to speak on all they wanted to for specifically Verge, Ace Arena, and Mashmak overall?
I think. Well, there is one thing I kind of wish Mashmak would change,
Okay.
and I think this is the most obvious one. Just either add like a PVE type thing. Like either like I don't want to like always keep fighting like actual players when I'm just looking for a certain thing. Like granted, I know that's mostly going to be a balancing act, but just like if it's not going to add into the PvP side like mods and stuff like that, just put all the customizations there to PvE mode.
Are you familiar with that there is a PvE mode? Are you aware that there is one that exists?
They already added that?
It's called covert ops.
So there's a covert operation plan, and you get 3 free plans a week. So you can go play PvE, 100% PvE. You can bring in whatever you want. There's no limit to your battle score. You can bring in all your gliders, all your weapons, all your keys. You can do gold keys, purple keys, blue keys, and you can bring in whatever you want. And you can do that 3 times a week for free. There's a matchmaking pool for it, so you can go in with people if you don't have friends. There's a recruitment chat, so you can make friends and then go in. It has to be done in co-op, so you have to go in with 2 other people. And you can also earn vouchers in the normal Mashmak or hard or extreme. So if you do play all 3 of your free ones, you can earn tickets to go back and do it again. So they have added a full PvE mode, if you were not aware.
Oh.
Also, real quick, sorry. Are you guys open for Mashmak still, or because I see an open slot? Or
yeah, if you want to,
Caesar,
You can
go
have
ahead.
mine.
Okay.
If,
Okay. Sorry, but I just want to like do some. I just want to like have twiddle my thumbs for a little bit. Sorry.
No worries. If everyone's cool with the current discussion, I'm gonna end it, and then I'll start a new one about the, like, sort of balancing on the mechs or strikers itself.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Ending. Injecting copium particles.